Hi folks, and welcome to my new video. As always, I'm going to start the exact same way and say a huge thank you to everybody who's taken the time to be part of this journey with me. I know I say this in every video, but you have no idea what it means to me that you are part of this with me. It means the world to me. I sincerely believe that I couldn't do this without you guys out there, and it's such a great incentive to keep going and to get better. So thank you so much. And on that, as usual, if you haven't done it already, could you please do that, then that, and then that. Thank you. I really hate doing that. So today is the 16th of September 2019. It's always a really important day to me because this is the day I get to say it's been another year since I survived a heart attack. Yep, young, fit and agile me had a heart attack. Normally on this day I put a post up on Facebook telling people to embrace the people that they love, cherish what they have, all that kind of stuff. But today I thought I'd try something a bit different. Today I'm going to talk you through the events of September the 16th, 2014, the day of my heart attack. Not because I'm super morbid or anything like that, it's just that I've always said the exact same thing. The day of my heart attack was one of the most exciting, funny and strange days of my life, and I really like sharing this story. I don't want anybody getting super stressed watching this video, so I hope you don't mind. Spoiler alert, I survived. So sit back, relax, and let's together travel back in time to that fateful day in 2014. I would love to say it was a really dramatic start to my day and I had all these symptoms, but I really didn't. I got up, ironed my clothes, had a shower, got ready for work, and at 8:30 left the house dressed for work. The one thing I will say is I had really bad gas. That's all I remember, is just constantly feeling as if I needed to rift. As I'm walking to work, it's laboured, is probably the easiest way to describe it. The pain in my chest isn't even a pain yet. It's a pain in the neck, but just now it still just feels as if I need to rift. Now I had just turned 40 the month before that, so a heart attack was the furthest thing from my mind. It's practically a straight road from my house to my work, so I just started out as normal along the road. The gas feeling in my chest is getting worse and worse the more I'm walking, and it's slowly starting to get painful, but not anything that's alarming in any way, shape or form. I've been brainwashed by television and always believed that a heart attack was more but I get none of that. I had gas. So I'm walking along the road, and then all of a sudden I get to a very specific point. There's these black bollards that kind of protect the pavements along the streets in the Gorbals, and I remember getting to one and having to stop and rest on it because I'm now in pain and only starting to register that this is quite serious. It's 8:30 in the morning and there isn't a soul to be seen anywhere. Then it starts to get hard to breathe, and for the first time I start to hear the words heart attack in my head. But I'm also hearing, don't be stupid, you've just turned 40. But at this point I can't actually walk any further because I can't breathe properly. And I will admit, tiny wee bit of panic setting in. Thankfully, I see a woman walking towards me, taking her 2 children to school. The kids were at most 9 and 10. And I remember thinking to myself, if she just gets close enough to me, she'll see that I'm in some sort of distress and help. She gets 5 feet from me, puts her hands on her kids' heads, turns them to the side and says, "Don't look at the strange man," and crosses the street. I just froze. I just froze. Not going to say the words that were going through my head at that point, but I didn't get to think about it long, because I swear to God, the next thing I felt was somebody slapping me in the back of the head, walking past me, and then bending over and looking me square in the eye and going, "F*** me mate, you don't look good." Burst out laughing, put headphones on and walked away. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to die today because the world is full of idiots. I'm actually quite glad he did that, because it gave me the strength to get up, because I wasn't going to sit here and die because the world was full of idiots that morning. This is exactly where I was when I first accepted the fact that I was having a heart attack. That's the very bollard that I rested against as the woman came along this street, turned her kids' heads to the side, and this is where I was sitting like this when the guy hit me in the back of the head and then walked off down that street. I realised that my body had decided to suffer a heart attack at one of the most deserted parts of the Gorbals, and there was no way I was going to be found at this location. So I got up and crawled along the wall, because about 500 yards from my work there is a bit where 3 roads meet and there's an island in the middle of it. I decided that just get there and collapse and somebody will stop and help you. So I gets there and literally just sat down. I'm pretty sure at least one person has already thought, why did you not just take out your phone? But I genuinely forgot I had one. I must have had something else on my mind. So I've got to this bit of the street and I'm kind of kneeling down. Then it hit me. I've always described this the exact same way. It felt as if everybody I've ever known in my entire life was kneeling on my chest at the exact same time. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. So by this point, I'm lying flat on the ground, clutching at my chest and finally starting to admit to myself that maybe Terry's having a heart attack. But now it's got to that point where I can't do anything about it. My only course of action is to try and calm down, so I decide I'll count the car tyres as they go past me, which is insane, but that's how I thought about it. So I'm lying there, just watching the cars go past, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Then a set of feet just walk past my face, within touching distance. And I can't help it, I struggle to look and watch this person walk past me. They're not on a phone, they're not reading a newspaper, they have literally just walked past a grown man lying in the street at 8:30 in the morning and done nothing to help. Nothing else that took my mind off the heart attack for 10 seconds. Then it happened again. A person crossing the road to where I was. There had been traffic on the road, so they hadn't seen me, and then the traffic cleared and they started crossing the road, and when they saw me, they doubled back and went back onto the side that they'd started at and went a different route. 6 people walked past me that morning. Out of everything that happened that day, I can honestly say that that single thing caused me more distress, more anguish, and just tortured me more than anything else, because I couldn't get my head round people walking past me. It's not as if it was 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning and I was just falling out of a pub. It was 8:30 in the morning. I was obviously going to my work. And I couldn't understand, because I would have stopped. Later on, I would have to go to counselling because of it, and was told that it's actually got a name. I'll go into that in more detail later on. But for now, back to the story. One pair in particular will stick with me until the day I die. It was a silvery grey pair of high-tech with yellow logo on the side. The reason I remember them so well is because they were there facing me for a good 30 seconds. I managed to look up and there was a young guy standing eating a packet of cheese and onion crisps. When he finished the crisps, he put the packet in his bag, burst out laughing, and actually stepped over my head and walked away. At least he didn't litter. At that point, I really believed I'm going to die. But not in a big dramatic way. I thought, I'm going to die because of these idiots. I did say words a lot stronger than idiot, but I want to keep this video on YouTube. Finally, it hit me that I've got a phone in my inside pocket. So I struggle to get up onto my knees and get the phone out. Then I've got the dilemma of who to phone. Phoning an ambulance is completely out of the question because I haven't got a clue what any of the streets are. I get my phone out and decide to phone my work. So I phone my work, and it's not my manager that answers the phone. It's a guy I work with who famously isn't the fastest person in the world. He's very laid back. So picture the scene. I'm lying in the street having a heart attack, less than 500-600 yards from my work, and this guy comes on the phone. Good morning, blah 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 blah, such and such speaking, how can I help? Hi, listen, it's Terry. Is my manager there? Hi Terry, you don't sound too good, are you alright? I don't want to sound dramatic, but I think I'm having a heart attack at the bottom of the street. Can you let my manager know where I am? Ah, no problem Terry, I'll just shout her. Then I hear him shouting my manager and just so casually announcing that Terry's having a heart attack at the bottom of the street. Then I hear chaos on the other end of the phone. and think, oh God, what have I done? My manager comes on the phone and I kind of relay the information that I really believe I'm at the bottom of the street having a heart attack. I don't know the street names. Can somebody please come and get me? I get off the phone and just decide to sit down because, as I say, the pain was just ridiculous. At that point, this beautiful girl appeared out of nowhere. And I literally mean she appeared out of nowhere. I don't remember seeing her crossing the road. I don't remember seeing her walking up. I just remember sitting like that and then looking up and this girl standing in front of me with brown curly hair. And she looks at me and she's really sweet and she goes, "Are you having a panic attack?" All I can do is go. And at that point, she loses her mind. "Oh my God, you're having a heart attack. Ah, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?" And I can't speak. So I'm just kind of staring at her. And then she takes her phone out and goes, "Do you mind if I phone an ambulance?" And I'm like, please phone the ambulance. So by this point, because the wee girl has stopped, other people have started to stop and a crowd starting to form. There's about 10 or 15 people all stopped. And then all of a sudden, the pinkest taxi in the world pulls up. The driver looks out the window and orders 4 people to grab my arms and legs, put me in the taxi, and he'll take me to the Royal. People did actually try and lift me up, but the wee girl was still there and she said that the ambulance had been called, so they put me back down. Thankfully at this point the people I worked with started to turn up, and even that was like something out of Starsky and Hutch. I remember a car mounting the pavement and the most spectacular female in the world, Kay Henry, getting out and coming and automatically without thought laying down right next to me, putting something under my head and just stroking my head and telling me everything's going to be okay. I have got such a bond with Kay now. She is a dear, dear friend, and it's all because of the actions of that day. I knew her because I worked with her, but her actions were just unbelievable that day. I should say, I'm not going to say my manager's name, but you know who you are if you're watching this, and you know how important you were that day, and every day. There was a couple other managers there, and there was the usual Glasgow banter. You'll do anything to get the day off work, that kind of thing. And it was all kind of nice, and people were trying to make light of it, but my head is spinning by this point because the ambulance isn't there, there's a massive crowd, I can't speak because of the pain I'm in. And then something happens. The pain is slowly increasing and I can feel it getting worse and worse. I'm going to demonstrate exactly what happened. So I'm sitting up and it's like, oh God, oh. And then the pain went away. I've got about 20 people around me. My managers are concerned, everybody's flapping like budgies, and all of a sudden, every bit of pain left my body. And all I could think was, this isn't a heart attack. And I honestly, for a split second, thought, fake it. Wait till you're in the back of the ambulance, explain it to the paramedics, apologise, offer to pay for their time, but you cannot let these people know that you haven't had a heart attack. A couple of seconds go by, it feels like an eternity, and I eventually build up the courage to say, I'm okay, and I go, listen guys, I think I'm okay. And the minute the words are out my mouth, I hear the sirens and see the ambulance pulling up right in front of me. Paramedics come out, carve their way through the crowd, get to me, and I say, listen guys, I think this might be a false alarm. I thought I was having a heart attack, but I'm okay now. And the paramedic just looked at me and went, so how long were you at medical school? I'm not, I work up there. Right, well shut it and let me do my job. He laid me back down, did some tests, and then after about 5 minutes, he said, yeah, we need to put you in the back of the ambulance, Mr. McHugh. Takes me into the back of the ambulance and leaves everybody, the people I work with, the crowd, the taxi driver, they're all just left there.